Radio MD.
RadioMD.com.
Health made easy. This is Melanie Cole's Health Radio.
Do you use positive affirmations in the morning? Do you say you're blessed and thank whatever deity you believe in for what you do have? Or are you one of these people that, oh, poor me? I think sometimes I go back and forth between those, but I try and be grateful for what I've got. My guest is Diane Lang. She's a life coach, positive living expert, and a psychotherapist. Welcome to the show, Diane. So I am one of those people. I'm a generally happy person. I like to thank God for everything I've got, and I worry constantly about the other shoe dropping. How does gratitude? I do. I can't help it. I always feel like if I'm this happy and things are this good, it's the Jewish guilt in me, I think, that something bad is going to happen next. How do we use gratitude and those those blessings that we all have to help ourselves get past that stress and worry and negative self-talk we do all the time?
Gratitude is excellent. It really is, I think, the antidote for stress, and it's really a great cure for everything. I have my clients, and I do this every day myself, but I get up every morning, and the first thing I ask myself is, what are 2 to 3 things that I am grateful for? And I think back to the day I just had, and I go over even the simple things. Maybe I didn't hit a lot of traffic living in the New York City tri-state area. That's a rarity. It could be the beautiful weather. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be anything huge. It just has to be stopping and noticing and becoming aware of the simple things in life that we really just take for granted. And what that gratitude does is it gives us so many benefits, and it also retrains our brain to think differently. It's one of the greatest tools that we have to retrain our brain, because when we add gratitude into our lives, we actually look at things from a different perspective. We see it from the positive instead of the negative. And as you said in the beginning of the show, we tend to look at the negative. That's human beings. We look at the negative. It's the first thing we remember at the end of the day. We put our computers on, the news on, the TV on, and it's always negative. So we really want to retrain our brain to notice the positive and change our thinking. And believe it or not, within a month, you'll start noticing some benefits of gratitude. But within about 2 or 3 months, when it becomes a complete habit, just like tying your shoes or brushing your teeth, you'll even notice an overall boost in your happiness just from gratitude. And something to remember, gratitude is a form of meditation. So we get a lot of benefits from gratitude just as a form of meditation.
So give us some ways, besides waking up every morning, saying 3 things that we are definitely grateful for. And as you say, I try and do it too. And at the end of the night, when we're laying there awake at night, that's when all those negative things come in. And boy, it's hard to shoot those things. And sometimes I do try and make a picture in my mind, Diane, like, okay, all of these things that I worry about, they blow away in the wind, or they do. I have all these things that I try and do, but give us some ways that we can add gratitude, maybe writing a letter or giving thanks or faith or whatever it is.
Well, just to know also, I do my gratitude in the morning, but if you do have trouble sleeping, because you're right before you go to bed, you get the I should have, I could have, why did I do this? And that whole tape recorder or downloading of negativity hits us. So for a lot of my clients, they actually do it at night instead, because you get that benefit of meditation, which calms you and helps you sleep. And it's proven, too, people who do gratitude on a daily basis actually sleep better. So it's really a great tool to use. Now, some other ways of doing it, as you said, is one of it is gratitude is the same thing as paying it forward. So you can really do such random acts of kindness as simply as giving up your seat on the train, to allowing somebody to have your parking spot, to buying somebody a cup of coffee, and getting those same kind of benefits. And every time we do a random act of kindness, we get a boost of happiness that lasts 24 to 72 hours, and it also boosts our self-esteem. And it's a win-win situation, because if I do it, I feel great, but if I did a random act of kindness for you, I also give you that boost of happiness for 24 to 72 hours. So it's really something you want to add into your daily routine is, how can I do random acts of kindness? And think about that. And you could even have your kids doing it as early as preschool.
That's a really great point. And recently I did that. And I must say, there was an old man and he looked like he was homeless. I couldn't quite tell, but we were at our local grocery store, and it's a nice area that I live. And he was walking toward me, and I was a little nervous. My daughter was very nervous. And it turned out he only needed a ride to synagogue because he was having trouble walking. And it was a Saturday morning and he didn't drive. And I gave him a ride and talked to him on the way. And at the end, he hugged me. He asked if I wanted to come in. And I think it taught my daughter because she was a little bit nervous, a lot nervous.
Of
But
course.
I felt great all day doing that. I absolutely felt fantastic. So it does make you kind of reevaluate the blessings that you have and some other people don't necessarily have. Now, what about at dinner time? It's a great time to talk about your blessings, not just at Thanksgiving, right?
No, actually, what I have families do, and I try to do this as much as possible, excuse me, I'm losing my voice, is I actually have families sit around the dinner table, and everybody at the dinner table has to participate. This is not just for the kids, but everybody says what they're grateful for. And it's a really fun kind of activity for the dinner table. One, we know dinner is the most important time to have family together. It's not necessarily what you're eating. I mean, of course, we should eat healthy, but it's really about spending quality time together as a family. So going around the table and each person says what they're grateful for. And I have a daughter, and it used to be really cute things like, oh, they had chicken nuggets at school today, or we got to eat pizza in class. And it could be anything. It doesn't have to, again, be this huge thing, but just noticing the small things. And as the kids get older, they'll start noticing bigger things. I have my students in college literally have to do a pay-it-forward assignment where for 1 week they have to do 2 random acts of kindness a day. One is for a stranger and one is for someone they know. And just having them out there doing those random acts of kindness, by the end of the week, they'll tell you they feel completely different, not just happiness levels and confidence levels, but they get a different perspective of the world. And we want to teach our kids to do that. So having the kids pay it forward and doing gratitude at the dinner table really becomes a great family activity that we could do, if not every day, at least a few times a week, and just make sure everybody's included. And then you could even do a thank you to each other. Sometimes once a month, the families will say, pick somebody at the dinner table to say thank you to. And it could be, it could really be, for me as a mom, saying to my daughter, thank you for everything you do. Because as a mom, I learn a lot from my 12-year-old. And just telling her thank you, or thank you for what a great job you've been doing at school, really boosts their self-esteem. So you could even take it to the next level.
Absolutely, you can. And I'm a big fan of thank you notes. I make my kids do it after every gift somebody gives them, whether it's their birthday party or whatever, a nice dinner out, something. And I think thank you notes is a great way to show gratitude and to make you feel a little bit more virtuous about something that someone else has done for you. We only have about a minute and a little bit less, Diane, so give us your best advice about gratitude and the best ways that we can show gratitude to help ourselves. We have a minute and a half, actually, to help ourselves feel better about all of the things that go on in this world.
You know what? Just think of it this way. Most of us have a lot of stress in our lives, just our daily lives, work, family, finances. And gratitude really is the antidote to stress. It reduces signs of stress and anxiety. And if we do that on a daily basis, it could be like your daily diet or your daily recipe for stress relieving. So the way we think of eating healthy, we should, think the same way with gratitude. And you can add gratitude even into your diet, saying thank you for the food that you have, saying thank you that you're, sitting at this lovely restaurant with your friends, and really start appreciating everything. It actually, like I said, retrains your brain. But just some other benefits to have there, it reduces our toxic emotions such as resentment, envy, regret, jealousy. It reduces depression. It increases happiness. It improves our relationships, our socialization. We have more active social lives. There's so many benefits. So I have to say, what I say to all my clients, really to have overall life satisfaction, if you just add gratitude into your daily routine, you'll see a huge difference.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, and everyone stay well.